Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Mr. Sullivan. I want to tell you my story. Several years, and it's a true story. Several years ago, I was homeless. I lost motivation to be part of society. I felt it was more important back then, and I don't feel this way now, but I felt it was more important to drink on the streets and be homeless instead of taking care of my family and doing what's right. I no longer feel that way, but that's only part of the story. When I was on the streets, drinking every day, drinking every night, a man came up to me. Later turned out his name was Matt Cox. Matt Cox was deceptive to me. Matt Cox told me, and I didn't know him back then, he asked me if I wanted to take a survey. Said I paid $20. Sounded pretty good to me. You could buy a lot of beer with $20. In any event, Matt Cox asked me several questions. I later found out, to my dismay, that those questions were not a survey as Matt conveyed to me. It was a ruse to steal my identity. Matt Cox stole my identity for his personal gain, used it to gain $500,000 off of one transaction. What he did was this. And nowadays Matt Cox is a good guy, but back then he was a criminal mastermind. Okay? He did several different scams in my name. Let me explain further. Okay? It's called a shotgun scam, folks. What he did was he took several mortgages out the same day. He took a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh mortgage on my house. Hey, Robert, thanks for being here. And I appreciate that. And what he did, and then, okay, if that weren't bad enough, if the 7 mortgages weren't bad enough, he took lines of credit out. He borrowed from a hard money lender. Borrowed hard money. And then if that weren't bad enough, he took out credit cards in my name. All right, so this is a criminal mastermind, and thank God he's one of the good guys, and there's no stopping this guy if at least he's on our side now, and he's one of the good guys, because you don't want him on that side of the law. Okay, but anyways, he's never made things right with me. He's never tried to contact me. I'm not homeless anymore. I got my life cleaned up, as you guys can see. I got a nice shirt on, got it from the Goodwill, dyed my hair, used the Just for Men. It was $7.50 at Dollar General. It was a good deal. It was a clearance. In any event, I'm trying to get my job back as a high school teacher. 10th grade. I used to be a 10th grade high school social studies teacher. The school said I couldn't have my job back until I increased my credit. They said teachers have good credit. They're looking for a minimum of $650. And like I said, so Matt Cox's crimes, even though he's a good guy now and he paid for what he did, he's one of the good guys, but he never apologized to me yet. I'm still waiting. I got the phone, I have an active phone line. You can call me. You can call my mother. He could apologize to me, and he can help me repair my credit. I ask you, is this too much to ask? Okay, even though he paid his debt to society, he didn't pay his debt to me. I'm asking for an on-air apology. I'm asking for help preparing my credit. I cannot get my job back as a social studies teacher at Pinnacle High School until Matt does the right thing, helps me rebuild my credit. We're going to take this journey together. This is just the first step. My wife said, hey, Peter, I know, right? No apology. And like I said, Matt's a good guy, but, I want to hear that apology. I want it to be genuine. I think Matt owes it to me to help me fix my credit. I don't think that's asking too much. I've done my part. For the most part, I stopped drinking, except for tonight because we're going to have a beer. But for the most part, I stopped drinking. But I want to live the high life. I want this teacher's salary. Being a part-time dust mopper is okay to get me off the ground running, but, we're not exactly eating steak over here, all right, at the Sullivan household. We're eating bologna sandwiches, so we're going to eat a couple bologna sandwiches together. That's what he thinks, Peter. I think he owes me. All right? That's my opinion. It's okay if we respectfully disagree with each other, because I respect everyone. And, he stole my credit. I don't see why, in my opinion, respectfully, I don't see why he doesn't owe me an apology. I think you're friends with Mr. Matt Cox. It's a problem. Okay? So, that's a problem. It's okay. You're still a good guy. And this is what we're dealing with. This is, I'm doing the best I could. I've come a long way from the street. We didn't get our job back, but we're hopeful. Let's eat a sandwich. See what happens. See if we, how's everyone doing? How's your night, guys? Oh. Appreciate everyone being here. Skull! That's okay, Peter. No harm done. I'm glad you're here. This is America. If anyone wants to disagree with someone, that's fine. That's your privilege. Meanwhile, Matt, I'm waiting for my apology. We'll just sit here until Matt apologizes to me. We will do that. Yeah, let me check what the mail was. I forgot. I'm not picky, folks. It's a pretty low scale mail. Just says great value mail. This is why I need my job back, so we can afford some good mayonnaise, folks. I want to eat steak once in a while, too. Meanwhile, Matt Cox is living it up. Ugh. I hear you, Robert. I hear you. It's not bad. Not a bad meal. I want to get my credit up. I think I deserve that. Want my apology. And we will get that. That is a fact. Hey, Becky, thanks for being here. Class is in session. I'm trying to get my job back as a 10th grade social studies teacher. I was homeless, drinking every night on the streets. Matt Cox, which he's a good guy now, he asked me to take a survey. What he didn't tell me was he stole my identity to commit over $50 million in mortgage fraud. I feel Matt Cox owes me an apology. I feel Matt Cox should help me improve my credit. Okay, if you guys disagree. You're allowed to disagree with people in this country. That's why we have a constitution. Oh, good to know, Peter. It tastes pretty good. I don't taste the difference, so I think you're right. Oh. So tomorrow, guys, don't forget, we will be live streaming a real labor strike in Buffalo, New York. With Poe on the go. Hope everyone's having a great night. Oh. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not picky about the mayo or America. I just anything on the sandwich. The faster I could eat it, the better I could. 2 p.m. Well, I always put, just so you guys know, for any live that I schedule, I always try to put a slightly later time than I think, just in case there's traffic or whatnot. And sometimes there is. Oh, maybe I'll try the mustard next time. I did buy the fancy guy mustard. I'll show you guys. Rich man's mustard. Here it is. Oh. Grey Poupon. You guys all seen the commercials. In any event, what were we talking about? Ooh. Getting tired, folks. Like I said, I wanted to come on and tell my piece. I'm hoping to hear back from Matt Cox. We'll see what he has to say. Yeah, the commercials are great. Those old 90s, 80s commercials. I haven't seen one in quite a while. But I think, what was it? They had I think they had I'm sure I'm wrong. I think they pulled up in a Mercedes next to like a regular car or whatever kind of car, and they said, "Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?" So, insinuating that classy people, this is classy rich guy mustard. I know, Becky. I know, right? It took most of my paycheck since I'm the school would only put me back as a part-time dust mopper until I improve my credit. That's why it's important that Matt Cox helps me improve my credit. I don't know if he's going to be willing to do that. I know he's a good guy. I just don't know how good yet. You know what I mean? He's out of prison. He paid for his debt. He's even off of, whatever they call the supervised release or whatever they call it. So he's fully free. He paid his debt. But he didn't apologize to me yet. A man can hope. Oh, that's funny, Peter. No, we're not going to stay on long. I just wanted to say my piece. Well, I think I'm going to get some rest, folks. Up. Everyone has a great night. I hope we could take this journey together. I thank everyone for watching. So thank you, Becky. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Rob. And everyone else. Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.